heard Turkey Alishik say that he sent you an offer, possibly to face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offers. And look, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then we'll see.
How's Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford. He's
But
the,
weight classes,
he's the most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence. So well, shows what I know. So I don't know. I think that's a lot of weight class jumping. We'll see. It's a good talking point. I don't know that would really happen. Or I mean, listen, we've seen some strange things in boxing. Don't get me wrong, especially in the recent years. So I don't say never. But I don't know how seriously that's going to be taken. But I think when you're at a level, when you come off a big win like Crawford just did, anything you say reverberates through the sport.
A showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford sparks heated debates, with many favoring Alvarez due to his achievements as a 4-division world champion and the undisputed super middleweight king. Canelo's blend of power, experience, and elite-level competition may prove overwhelming for Crawford, who has recently dominated at welterweight. Stepping up to face a physically imposing and seasoned fighter like Canelo at 168 bulbs presents a huge challenge. Alvarez's explosive punching power, relentless pressure, and superior experience in higher weight classes could be too much for Crawford to handle. His success at multiple weight divisions, combined with his style and strength, makes Canelo the clear favorite in this potential clash.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford. Against Matvedorf, people are going to say, oh, he had some hiccups. Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Matvedorf was a little difficult to eat, he's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So, come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is, but who's he beating? He unified the, what was his first division? Lightweight, then he unified the junior, then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter.
The highly anticipated fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is set for September 2025 during Mexican Independence Day weekend. Canelo will defend his WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles against Crawford, who's making a bold jump from welterweight to 168 bulbs. Known for his versatility and skill, Crawford faces a tough challenge against Canelo, the undisputed champion. This clash promises to be one of the biggest boxing events of the year, with both fighters battling for supremacy in the super middleweight division. Fans are eagerly anticipating this thrilling showdown.
He went on the rant with Teddy Atlas.
What does that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez.
Boxeador mexicano.
Más popular,
pero sin causa.
Fucking crazy, that guy. and you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
Canelo Alvarez's advantages over Terence Crawford go beyond his power. The Mexican superstar has spent years honing his skills against dangerous fighters like Gennady Golovkin and Sergey Kovalev. His ability to adapt to various styles, along with his granite chin, makes him a formidable challenge. This experience, combined with his strength, puts him in a tough position to overcome, especially for someone like Crawford moving up in weight.
When Terence Crawford said that he moved up and won, and Canelo moved up and lost.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won.
I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. I mean, he moved up a lot of weight classes, but if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and he beat Crawford. Then he moved up again And he lost to Bivol. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he moves up to 154. He won 115, 113, but it was just an 11-0 Madrimov who didn't really have much of a resume, right? But there's a difference, to be real. I mean, Bivol is a Hall of Fame. Okay, this guy, all-time light heavyweight. This is a bit different. Canelo did knock out Kovalev when he did move up. Okay, and Kovalev is a bigger challenge at light heavyweight than Madrimov at 154 for Terence Crawford. Let's just keep it a big.
Canelo Alvarez's success at super middleweight highlights his dominance at 168 lbs. His physical strength, precise body shots, and ability to cut off the ring make it tough for smaller, faster fighters to stick to their game plan. While Terence Crawford's speed and technical brilliance are impressive, they might not be enough to overcome the size disparity. Fighting at a weight where Canelo is naturally stronger could cause Crawford's punches to lack the impact needed to keep him at bay.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
When he fought Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Canelo Alvarez's vast experience in high-stakes bouts gives him a mental edge. He's accustomed to the pressure of massive fights, pay-per-view main events, and facing fighters with diverse styles, from slick boxers to heavy hitters. While Terence Crawford remains undefeated, he hasn't faced anyone with Canelo's unique combination of skills, power, and ring IQ. Stepping up 2 weight classes to challenge a fighter of Alvarez's caliber may expose vulnerabilities Crawford has never had to confront before.
Es esta, fíjate. Pam, 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 pam. Boom, boom, boom. Ah! Digo. Eso. Eso.
While Terence Crawford's dominance at welterweight is undeniable, highlighted by his recent dismantling of Errol Spence Jr., moving up to face a natural super middleweight like Canelo Alvarez presents an entirely different challenge. Alvarez has spent years trading punches with fighters who possess more natural power and durability, consistently thriving in those high-stakes environments. The gap in experience, size, and strength could be key factors in this fight. Canelo's ability to wear down opponents with calculated aggression and devastating bodywork could spell trouble for Crawford, who has never encountered such a physically demanding challenge in his career.
You can go crazy with Canelo. Oh, he's too big. He's a good night for Crawford. He's going to bed. All that stuff. Not so fast. Not so fast. Don't forget that the other guy is bringing something to the party, too. And he's bringing the things that hopefully I just described to you guys in the best way I can. When it gets closer, we'll get more thorough with it. But right now, I think you know where I'm leaning. And I'll make it even clearer where I'm leaving. So there is a lot of suspense. I ain't going against Crawford. Okay? I do think he's that special guy. I think Canelo's special too. But I think Crawford's special in a little bit, even more so. Even more so. He hasn't learned how to lose yet. I think he does have those special ingredients that go beyond beyond the physical genetics, the physical DNA. So that's it. Okay? Good. You don't like it? Too bad.
I think that was a fair breakdown. I mean, listen, those ingredients you're touching on with the smaller man are the same ingredients you saw in Usyk. Abilities and ways to find a way to win.
I'd like to know what the weight's at in this fight, but has that been figured out yet? Probably not, because
No.
that to me is a variable there.
Teddy Atlas reflects on the challenge Canelo Alvarez might face in trying to make 160 kg, a more ideal weight for Terence Crawford. Atlas suggests Canelo would likely be unwilling to drop to 160 kg, especially given his current stage in his career. Instead, he speculates that the fight could be negotiated at a catch weight, perhaps 164 kg. However, Atlas believes Canelo would be hesitant to agree to such terms, given his dominance at 168 kg. This weight issue is central to Atlas's argument, as it could affect each fighter's ability to execute their strategies and maximize their strengths. He also highlights Crawford's versatility, which might provide him an advantage despite the size difference.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, being joined here with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I got to get just right to it. Terence Crawford wanted to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. You as a trainer, what's your insight on that? And I don't know, would you advise a fighter to move up 3 weight classes to fight someone like Canelo?
You got to remember, he's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6, if you add on 3, you know? Yeah, my math is different than yours, being that I've been in this business my whole life. So 6 is a lot. 6 weight classes. That's a lot. 3, he had the skeleton for it. Does he have the skeleton to go up 6? I don't know that he does, but I know he's got this. I know he's got this. I know he's got the character, and I know he's got the mind. I know he has special gifts that very few fighters have.
When analyzing a potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, the most glaring factor is the weight disparity. Canelo has dominated at 168 kg, consistently facing fighters who are naturally bigger and stronger. Crawford, however, has spent most of his career at lightweight, junior welterweight, and welterweight, while Crawford is undeniably skilled and powerful for his size. Moving up to face a seasoned super middleweight champion like Canelo presents a massive physical disadvantage. This could severely limit Crawford's ability to execute his usual game plan and pose a significant challenge in the ring.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect to Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford with nobody. You got to show me that you can beat.
World champion Demetrius Andrade acknowledges Terence Crawford's exceptional skills, but believes Canelo's size and experience at higher weight classes give him the edge. Andrade predicts that Crawford may struggle with Canelo's power and agility. One of the major challenges for Crawford would be moving up 2 weight classes to face Canelo, although Crawford successfully moved up to 154 kg for his last fight, securing a decision victory over Israel Madrimov. Stepping up to super middleweight means facing significantly larger and stronger opponents, which could be a daunting hurdle.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. if you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look it very easy but I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Canelo Alvarez is known for his devastating power, particularly at 168 ounces, having finished fighters like Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders with crushing body shots and precise power punches. Crawford, who has never fought above 147 ounces, may struggle to absorb the kind of damage Canelo delivers. Alvarez's relentless body attacks could drain Crawford's energy and neutralize his speed advantage.
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Mayday. I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented. It's 154, and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for a big check.
My last thing, Canelo, you just donated $70 million to build. You donated $70 million to build a center for kids with special needs in Mexico. Tell me about why did you do that?
I always try to help people.
Why?
And I don't like to respond this kind of thing because I don't like to put myself like I help. I help from the bottom of my heart.
It was very nice.
Enrique,
Crawford is widely regarded as one of the most skilled fighters of this generation, known for his seamless stance switching, pinpoint accuracy, and ring generalship. His masterful dismantling of Errol Spence Jr. showcased his timing, precision, and adaptability. However, stepping up to face Canelo presents challenges Crawford has never encountered before, as he would be facing a physically stronger and more experienced fighter at a higher weight class.
Obviously, you can't look forward past Saturday, but do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford? I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
You know, everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Crawford's speed and timing are his greatest assets, but facing a bigger, stronger opponent like Canelo may force him to fight more cautiously. Crawford has never faced someone who can pressure him with such power while maintaining defensive responsibility. The added weight could also slow him down, diminishing the effectiveness of his trademark sharp counters.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened. Next.
Canelo is one of the sport's best body punchers, breaking down opponents by targeting their midsection. Crawford, who has never faced such a relentless body attack, might struggle to maintain his movement and sharpness over 12 rounds, especially as the fight progresses and the toll of Canelo's work accumulates.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out.
Saul Mike Arnal, how are you? Quick question. I know that as we walk, how important is it that you've spoke with Turki Al Sheikh?
Say again, please.
How important for you is it that you've spoke to Turki Al Sheikh, and what did you speak about?
Look, I like to work with everybody. I'm a free agent, and I like to work with everybody. And I like to have the doors open.
Are we going to see Canelo Crawford next?
We'll see. It's a possibility there, always. No, we'll see what happens.
Have you spoke with Turki about that show?
We know each other. We don't talk that much for make a deal and anything, but we now know each other, and we'll see what happens.
Last one, I know you're pushed for time. Benavidez Morel, who wins?
It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. 50-50 fight.
Canelo, thank you.
What are your thoughts on the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight? Do you think Crawford can successfully move up to super middleweight, or will Canelo prove too dominant? Share your predictions and opinions in the comments below.